Hey everyone, it's Whitney from EcoVeganGal.com and welcome back to another EVG Uncensored. This video is inspired by the eclipse that happened late last night, the very beginning of April 15th, tax day, interesting enough. It was so amazing that the eclipse happened right at midnight. So it was starting a brand new day. It was really magical. I would love to hear in the comments how you watched it if you did. Here in Los Angeles, I started hearing some buzz. I didn't even know that the eclipse was happening. I usually read the news every day, especially because I'm really fascinated by the Malaysia Airlines story happening right now. And I've been glued to just reading the news and seeing what's going on. And for some reason, the past few days, I haven't read it. And of course, like a major world event happens and I have no idea. Fortunately, friends are around to let us know what we're missing when it's important. And I was told about the eclipse. And right up the street from me is a beautiful place in Los Angeles. It's actually one of my favorite places, as you'll see in an upcoming video I'm doing for the main Eco Vegan Gal channel. And it's called Griffith Observatory. And it's a place where you can go and see the entire city. And it's absolutely gorgeous up there. There's telescopes. There's all sorts of education about the planet, the universe. And I just love going up there. And they were celebrating the eclipse last night. I tried to go up there, but the traffic was so bad. However, that ended up working to my favor because I ended up finding an amazing secluded spot and experiencing the eclipse almost entirely alone. And just, it was amazing. The coyotes were howling during the eclipse, which was just incredible, and it was the most amazing weather. So I would love to hear some detail, any of you who experienced something really profound or special, magical during the eclipse, because it can be a really amazing time. And that's what I wanted this video to be all about, because I found this incredible article about eclipse and what it can do for us emotionally. So I wanted to read you some really phenomenal words that I read. First of all, when we experience eclipse, it is an opportunity for reset. And that's kind of the whole theme for this whole video. And I'm really looking forward to your comments on this specific post here. We all have a choice, a major choice, as to how we want to manifest this huge gift, the eclipse, this reset that we have, actively choosing the highest vibration that we can in every moment. And that's such a big theme for me. I'm really, of course, into manifestation and inspiring other people to manifest and do amazing things for themselves whenever they can. And I love that theme. I love any opportunity that we can have to reset ourselves, whether it's New Year's or whether it's our birthdays or the beginning or the end of a month or, doing a cleanse or something like that. Any opportunity that we have there is really phenomenal. This is the time to put your gratitude forth for all the many blessings in your life and to clearly speak about your intentions and desires to be heard as we step across the edge to the other side. Now, again, the other side could be anything, and you can apply these words to any parts of your life that are shifting for you. And I love that reminder of having gratitude. That's becoming a huge, huge theme in my life. A lot of the information that I'm gathering about being successful with my career, being successful with all my relationships, being successful monetarily, it's all about having gratitude and thinking about all those blessings in our lives, all the best things that are happening in our life. And again, any reminder we can manifest in our life to remind ourselves of that is so important. In case you haven't noticed, we are doing horrible things to our planet. And in some insane fashion, we have decided money and power is more important than harmony and health. We need a rebalance of the scales, and we needed it yesterday. This eclipse can make that very clear in no uncertain terms. It's time to make a change for the better. Ooh, I love that part. That's probably one of my favorite parts there, because I think it's so important for people to recognize that there's a huge big picture here, and rebalancing ourselves and refocusing and figuring out what's really important is something that needs to happen immediately. It needs to have happened yesterday. So the more that we can focus on that harmony and we can focus on our health, which is really what Eco Vegan Gal is all about and what I stand for personally, the faster we can do that, the more the better. If you are proactive about your transformation and take initiative in facilitating and making the changes in your life you need to make, then the universe tends to reward you and support you. This is how you take a breakdown and turn it into a breakthrough. The key word is to break from the past patterns and ways of doing/being that no longer serve. Yes. Transformation is what it's all about. So next little phase here in this beautiful article I was reading. Relationships are the looking glass through which we can see ourselves. What are we needing to see within the dynamics that are being reflected? Where does balance need to be restored? These are very important questions for us to ask. Our sense of self-identity can only be fully known when we relate to someone else. And I think that's so important. That's probably why you're watching right now, right? You may look to me to inspire thoughts, to inspire action, to whatever it is. I look to you to inspire me through your comments. So together we can reflect upon each other. It's important to ask, who am I? In my body, my projected image, in my inner self, in my life quest. Contrasting with, how do I partner? How do I cooperate and form relationships with others? Maximizing our ability to see others as ourselves and bringing harmonious relationships into all we create is so important. Look to your relationships and the needs and longings you have to be personally fulfilled as your teachers. Tapping into our spiritual connections will help us avoid and balance the chaos and fear that can come from those around us. That's awesome too. We have an opportunity to look at our karmic past and patterns we keep playing out, as well as our evolution and growth and the edge we need to push past. Lots of great food for thought there, right? So getting specifically into the eclipse and why this can bring about so much amazing energy and transformation. While the sun's light is blocked by the earth's shadows, our unconscious motivations and desires are more easily felt. So I find that's really interesting. I was reading some comments from people that felt like something really powerful energetically. I can't say that I felt that at the exact time that the eclipse was happening, but I definitely felt charged by it in some way. I started to feel curious. I started to feel fascinated, and I started reading this article, and this article helped bring out all these emotions, and now it's just kind of like a domino effect, right? So it can happen in very subtle ways, and perhaps you're feeling that just by watching this video. Without the constraints of our shoulds and oughts, perhaps we can find clarity in healing of our relationship wounds now. We are all in a powerful time where we are asked to look at what is no longer working in our lives. Where are we surrounded by things/people/situations/attitudes that are actually toxic and need to be burned out in the fire so we can rebirth ourselves? Stay awake, have faith, be brave, and face death. A new birth is upon us, a collective yearning for something better to arise in our world. So again, coming back to that idea of transformation and an opportunity to reset yourself, you can look at that similar to death and rebirth and all of that. And how are you going to transform yourself differently? How are you going to move on from the past and learn from the past and apply that to a new self? Keep in touch with your dreams and let them guide you through any turbulent waters you come across. This is the time of resurrection and a new life. The energy and pressure has been palatable since the new moon. It will blow through any veins of weakness, encouraging the ego to wallow in victimhood, arrogance, depression, stubbornness, fear, helplessness, etc. And it can take you to incredible heights of higher centered joy, gratitude, creativity, inspiration, and connectedness. And I actually think that's interesting because oftentimes in these videos, I reflect upon feeling depressed or sad or fearful of something. And it's amazing when you can transform that into, a different, more positive vibration there. And I feel like sometimes people respond to my videos trying to give advice, which I always appreciate, or trying to say, oh, I don't want you to feel that way. Whereas for me, it's really helpful to explore my emotions and let out any negative feelings, any sad feelings, any down feelings, because letting them out helps me transform them, recognize what's going on, and flip them around. And so that's why this channel has been so profound for me, is I have this opportunity to speak with you and get your feedback and heal from it. So, it can be a really amazing process. If you find yourself in a raging whitewater river whirlpool of reactivity, don't try to fight it. There's nothing to grab onto. It's not real. It's not what it seems. That's really, really juicy there too, I think, because a lot of the things that we experience in life are just temporary emotions. They are just things that aren't even real. They're figments of our imagination or somebody else. They're projections. So just kind of going with the flow of it and letting it go at the same time can help us move past it, right? So I love that idea of the whitewater river raft, right? You think about sitting on that and all these crazy things are happening, but you're passing them by. They're just temporary. They're going past you. And within a moment's notice, you're well beyond it, as if it never even happened. Trust and surrender are called for. Let yourself be pulled downward into the awareness of your biggest fear. You will hit the bottom of this illusion and you'll catch some downstream current, and it'll pull you out of your hole and release you into the river of life. So that's just speaking kind of what I just said, which is kind of neat. There were some really juicy bits in this article about relationships. So if any of you are moving through or struggling or stuck in some sort of relationship in your life that's feeling really confusing or painful, times like an eclipse, a full moon, whatever, all those different aspects of life where you have a chance to renew yourself are such a great time to transform that. And here were some really amazing things in this article. The eclipse definitely highlights any imbalances in relationships. Ultimately, evolution and wholeness is achieved when we integrate our opposites and take back projections we have put onto others so we can live them for ourselves. Right? So relationships are so often just reflections of ourselves. So we project things onto other people. If we own those and think about how they apply to ourselves, we can heal so much faster. We can get over things that are dragging us down. The energies may feel rocky and unstable as there is density, fear, frustration, and other stuck energies coming up to be cleared away. It helps to witness things and past, I don't get this. It helps to witness things and past trickster-like habitual tendencies that slip in and out of awareness or stuck emotions more clearly. The eclipse symbolizes powerful endings, closure, clearing out, completion. It heralds a time of major transition. It represents letting go, clearing out, purging, and releasing, especially on an emotional and psychological level. These changes are not anything new for you because at some level that they have been festering or brewing inside for a long time, and it is now coming to the surface. Feel it through no matter how raw the emotions are. Let go, clear away. You will bear witness how you handled things in the past and what you would like to do now. There may be a key emotional habit, tendency that comes up to light now that occurs in a relationship to yourself, to others, to life, to a higher power if you believe in that. This habit will no longer serve your highest good and path. It is the time to transform it. There is a deep purging and cleansing occurring now. Individuals may be feeling a bit raw, very emotional, and even on the verge of grieving something very old or from the distant past. You are responsible for how you choose to interpret things. As more distance occurs from the situation, you may get more realizations of what really the underlying cause was and how to transform the energy. And lastly, what a wonderful opportunity to clear away and heal the heart energy center. So I'm curious if any of this resonates with any of you. It certainly has with me. I really enjoyed meditating on that, just thinking it through and journaling and processing and listening to some great music and just, I feel very refreshed. I feel really wonderful. So I would love to hear everything from you, as always. Please leave it in the comments below if any of this resonated with you, if it didn't resonate with you, how you felt during the eclipse, all of the above. I feel like really good now. Just talking these words through and sharing them with you just feels amazing. And I can't wait to start off a new day and hitting that reset button. So I hope you feel the same way. Thank you so much. Just to share a few quick tidbits, it has been a really wonderful month for me so far. Now that we've officially hit the middle of the month, it's really neat. I've made 4 videos on the Eco Vegan Gal channel. I launched a new series called the Weekly Q&A, and just good stuff is coming up. I'm really just making a lot of great things happen, and I hope that you're along for the journey for that on the main channel and the website. And please stay tuned there because that's where all the information is coming through. And if you have some successes to share, leave those in the comments below too, because I love hearing from you. And if there's anything I can do to ever support any of you personally or professionally, that's what I'm here to do. So let me know. I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you so much for watching and for being here and contributing and being part of this community. Let's go on past this eclipse in a much stronger, clearer, transformed place. See you next time.